I'm about to. Good. All right, guys, going to get started. For all the viewers out there, welcome to the Uber webinar. This Uber one-on-one webinar that is going to actually get into how the system works, and hopefully, I can answer any questions that you guys may have. If you do have, questions, we're going to have a presentation, and then I will go over a Q&A after that presentation. So if you guys do have any questions, just go ahead and put it into the live chat box here with those questions, and I'll be sure to answer that after the presentation. I think the presentation probably will answer most of the questions you guys have. And if I skip over anything, just go ahead and put it in the comment section, and I will be sure to review that. All right. So first things first. If you don't know, it is a digital platform for Uber Technologies. So how it works is that it's all based off of the app on your phone. If some don't know, now you do know. All right. So some say, how am I able to know if I'm active, if I'm able to go online? This is basically the graph that you see here. So 1, 2, and 3. This is what it looks like when you're all set, you're active, and you're ready to go online. You're going to open up the partner app, and you're going to tap on the blue icon, which says go online. Okay. The car is actually where you are, is the location where you are. And when you see the map with the car on it, you're online, you're definitely able to start receiving requests. Okay, so the third graph shows basically what a request looks like, and who the person is, as well as where they are. All right. When a request comes in, your phone will start beeping, and you have 15 seconds to accept it. You're protected under Uber's insurance policy. So some may say, hey, like, how does the insurance policy work? Or, am I protected? Is it safe? What goes on behind the scenes as far as insurance is concerned? And you're definitely protected. While driving on the Uber platform, we always will have you covered. As soon as you accept a trip, you are covered under Uber's 1.5 million commercial insurance policy. So the commercial insurance policy, it's basically 1.5 million of liability coverage per incident, 1.5 million of uninsured, underinsured motorist coverage per incident, 50,000 of contingent, comprehensive, and collision insurance. So that sums up to be the whole 1.5. And then you do see this graph right here that shows like where you're covered, where you're not covered, and how much money you are covered up to. All right. So you have your insurance. Say, for instance, when you're just driving, you don't have anybody in the car. You're not working for Uber. But as soon as you do turn on that app, that's when our insurance goes ahead and it kicks in. Keeping track of your partner dashboard. So this is easy. So like it covers your earnings, it covers your ratings, it covers your rewards. It's basically your profile. So you can always log in to partners.uber.com to access your driver app. It basically lets you know everything that you need to know. So you can see your payment statements. You can ask for help. You can upload documents. You can see certain rewards as far as the fuel card is concerned. You'll always be able to access this. So we got your back. As far as partner safety, a lot of people say, "Hey, do you know if we're safe, or is it safe, or if it isn't safe. It definitely is safe. All right. Everybody is basically covered, as far as like our insurance is concerned. So it is safe. All right. The drivers rate the riders to give you control, and you get to rate the riders as well to give you control. No random pickup, so you feel at ease, and it is a cash exchange. So therefore, it makes like there's nothing that anybody can really take from you because it is cashless. And that's basically how that goes ahead and works. Give me 1 second. Can you guys see me out there? If you can see me, just let me know. I think I'm having a little bit of issues, but hopefully you guys can see me. If you can see me, thumbs up. I'm getting worried that I can't see myself. All right, let me just fix this slide. All right, here we go. Now we're back to actually what I was talking about. I apologize for the inconvenience about that. I am so sorry. So I'll go through the slides again. All right, I'll start over because it didn't show exactly what I was talking about. So here it goes from the beginning. I deeply apologize about that. So when I went over about how it works, you can see here that it shows the graph as far as like you going online, you seeing yourself on the app, and you seeing to be able to request to accept the request. All right, so this is the graph basically of what you can see, the 1, 2, 3 of how to accept the request, and what to do when you do accept that request, and what you see. I apologize that you weren't able to see this graph. My apologies. So when I was talking about the Uber insurance policy, this is basically the graph that I was referring to. While driving on the Uber platform, like I said before, we definitely have you covered. As soon as you accept their trip, you are covered under Uber's 1.5 million commercial insurance policy. Okay, and it gets down to the commercial insurance policy details. The 1.5 million of liability coverage per incident, the 1.5 of uninsured, underinsured motorist coverage per incident, the 50,000 of contingent, comprehensive, and collision insurance, as well as everything else. So you see this graph as in where your app is off, when you're online, and where you can accept a trip, and where the money comes into display of that. All right. And that's basically the insurance purposes and how that works. Keeping track, your partner dashboard. How I said that, you can track everything. You can track your earnings. You can track your documents. You can track your rewards, your profile, your invites, your vehicles, basically everything that you need to be able to access to see. You can definitely see that here on your partner dashboard. And the easy way to do that is just go to partners.uber.com, and you'll log in with your email that you use for Uber and your password that you use for Uber as well. You'll be able to see that. So we've got your back, all right? Partner safety is definitely one of our main priorities. It is our main concern. Uber values its relationship with its partners, who provide the elevated experience riders have come to expect with every trip request. All right, we're ensuring that partners can consistently feel safe, and respect is a top priority for us. So the drivers get to rate the riders. It really gives you control, and the riders get to rate you, just for feedback that, say for instance, we might need to know. So there's no random pickups, so you feel at ease. So you know everybody who you're taking. There's not going to be just a random person who can step into your car and you feel unsafe. You know this person. All right. It's cashless exchange. So these transactions, they protect you from any risk. There is no cash being exchanged from the rider to the driver, from the driver to the rider. So the fares are automatically charged to the rider's credit card. So therefore, you don't have to say, oh, okay, well, you owe me this, or they say, okay, I owe you that, or whatever the case may be as far as money is concerned. So you're going to maximize your earnings. And the best way to do this is to definitely take heed to the days and when to work. This graph gets into our hot times, our peak times of when to actually start working, and what times would be suitable for you, especially, if you're doing this part-time or if you're doing this full-time. So Monday through Wednesday, of course, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m., 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. That's basically the rush hours for those days that it is definitely busy in certain areas. So Thursday through Friday, of course, rush hour again. And then 4 p.m. to 3 a.m. It's a little extended during nights, of course, on the weekends from Thursday to Friday because of, hey, it's the weekends. People want to drink. They want to go bar hop. They want to go to restaurants. They're out just enjoying themselves. So they want to have a reliable source to get home. So that will definitely increase your earnings. As crazy as it sounds, inclement weather would definitely increase your earnings as well. When it's raining, when it's cold, I know when it was snowing last Saturday, the surge was it was increased. Because people don't want to drive. If they want to get somewhere, if you can just call Uber, then that's what they'll do. Concerts, sporting events, and festivals, definitely busy places and busy times to drive, definitely will increase your earnings that way as well. Halloween, New Year's, St. Patrick's Day, holidays are definitely busy. Rush hour, late night, weekday rush hour, and bar closing definitely can increase and maximize your earnings as much as possible. So please, like I said, take heed to those times and when to maximize your earnings and basically whatever works for you. Partner app, supply maps, and surge pricing. So a lot of people might look at this and say, hey, I see this all the time. What does that mean? Or what does, the surge mean? Basically, once you're online and the map within the Uber Partner app, once it glows up with either red, yellow, or orange, that means that it is surging. That means that the prices are a little higher in that market, and the demand is higher in that market. So the yellow is moderate demand, the orange is high demand, the red is definitely surge. So those prices can be anywhere from 1.2 to 1.5 to 2.0. That's how high those prices get, depending on that area, depending on that time. The numbers in the red surge zones indicate the surge multiplier in those zones. So a trip must start in that surge zone for it to apply. All right. And you'll be able to see that on the trip that it does apply. And if it does not apply, then you can always email us and we'll be able to handle that for you. I'm going to get into some frequently asked questions. And like I said, hopefully these questions go ahead and answer your question, the questions that you already have. And if not, then we'll do the Q&A afterwards, and I'll be sure to answer any questions that you guys might have. All right. So, of course, the main one is, hey, I'm going to pick up this person. How long do I wait? So you should wait at least 5 minutes for any rider. If the rider does not show up after 5 minutes and you tried calling and texting them, you may cancel the trip and report the rider as a no-show. In some markets, you'll be compensated $5. So I do know that in the market of New Jersey, you are automatically compensated the $5 if you have waited after 5 minutes for that rider and they do not show. What if there are multiple stops and the rider changes the destination? That happens. If there are multiple stops, that's totally fine because you have to remember you get paid off of time and of distance. So you're being, compensated for the time and for the distance. So you don't have to worry about the multiple stops. All right. So if they want to go from their workplace to CVS and from CVS to home, then that is fine. As long as the app is running and as long as the time is accumulating, you will be paid for that. What if a rider makes a mess in my car? You should take a picture of the mess and email it to us. You can also click on the trip history in the app, click on the associated trip, click on I had an issue with the rider, then request a cleaning fee. We will be sure to get back to you within 24 to 48 hours about that cleaning fee. So you should have no problem with people making messes. We do go ahead and provide cleaning fees for all of those things. What if too many people try to get in my car? All right, so this happens from time to time. People might request an UberX vehicle, and come to find out it's one person plus four. That equals 5 people in one car. If you do not have the space for it, then you can let them know that, hey, you can go ahead and cancel this trip and request an XL, but politely explain that you can only fit as many people as there are seatbelts in the vehicle. So if you have only up to 4 seatbelts, then you can only fit up to 4 people in that vehicle. You can ask them if they can go ahead and request a second Uber or a larger Uber vehicle. Can you explain the difference between UberX, Uber XL, Black, and SUV? So I just briefly went into how to, if somebody orders an X, they can have way more than 2 passengers. They can request an XL. That's basically the categories of UberX. So you have UberX, you have XL, you have Black, and then you have SUV. So depending on the type of car you have, you'll be placed in a different product category. All right, so UberX is our most basic option. That is our standard 4-door vehicle that seats up to 4 passengers. Uber XL is everything that is standard, but it seats up to 7 passengers. So those are like your minivans, your Honda Pilots, cars that seat up to 7 passengers. SUVs are basically black commercial cars that can seat up to 7 people, and Uber Black and Uber SUV are for commercial drivers. So commercial drivers and commercial plated vehicles will qualify under the Uber Black platform. How do I get paid? How much can I expect to earn? So the fare for every trip is calculated by Uber, and payments are made via direct deposit. You get that into your checking account every Thursday or every Wednesday, depending on how the bank is set up. But you do get paid every week with those direct deposits. Earnings depend on when and how often you drive. So if you are driving every day, you're basically maximizing your earnings. You're going to get the most money. If you're not driving every day, of course, you're going to see that the payments reflect that. Can I have my spouse or another passenger in my vehicle? When riders request a trip, their expectation is to fit as many passengers in the vehicle as allowed. If you have a passenger with you and the rider has the maximum number of allowed passengers with them, they will need to cancel the trip and request another one. As per Uber's policy, we do not allow other passengers in the vehicle while someone is driving, whether it's a friend, spouse. We just don't allow it because it goes against our policy. We want for our riders to feel safe. We want for our riders to feel, protected and to feel like, this is an honest trip. They don't want to be intimidated by more than one person in the vehicle. How do taxes work? Partners are independent contractors. So you guys are independent contractors and you get a 1099 at the end of the year. So you're responsible for filing and paying your own taxes. Uber does not provide any tax advice. So when the time comes as far as to receive your 1099, you'll be directed to your local tax office or your local accountant to help you out with these tax questions and to file your taxes. Where can I drive? For New Jersey drivers, you can drive anywhere in the state of New Jersey, whether it's North Jersey, South Jersey, Central Jersey. You can drive in Connecticut, anywhere in Connecticut, picking up and dropping off, or the city of Philadelphia. All right, picking up and dropping off. You cannot drive in New York City unless you are a commercial driver with a TLC license and license plates. All right. Uber drivers who are New Jersey drivers can only drop off in the city, but you're not able to actually pick up from New York City. Who pays for the tolls? If you drive through a toll, the New Jersey Easy Pass toll amount will be automatically charged to the rider and you will be credited for the cost of the toll. All right, so no toll goes unpaid. You definitely would be reimbursed for that toll. Do I have to log a minimum number of hours? No, you do not. Because you're at the end of the day, you're an independent contractor. You're your own boss. You make your own hours. You work whenever you want to work. That is basically the luxury of being an Uber driver, right? You don't have to answer to anyone. And whenever you want to go online, you can go online. Whenever you don't have to. Just turn on the app, go online. If there are no minimum hours, and you'll be fine. So I'm going to go ahead and get into some questions right here as far as that you guys might have. If you do have any, just let me know. And I'll be sure to answer them as quickly as possible and as accurate as possible. So what I will do is I'll go ahead and I'll put some helpful, resourceful links into the comment section just because I know that some of these links would be informative for you guys. So that's what I'll do right now. If you do have any questions, just go ahead and ask them. I'll be sure to answer them. And if I answered all of them, that is awesome. If ever you need some issues resolved or solved, I'm going to put in the New Jersey contact. So therefore, you can go ahead and just visit one of our hubs, our green light office, to let you know to solve any problems that you might have. But these links are definitely helpful. In the training video, I will send you guys because that's helpful as well. Which is, it gets into how to pick up and how to drop off passengers. And I really feel like if you haven't gotten on the road and you need to get on the road, this will definitely be a jump start to doing that. So all three of those links are definitely helpful for getting more in, information about Uber and getting you more comfortable. To actually get on the road, to actually receive money, because it's wonderful as far as to be able to work whenever you want to work, as far as to maximize your earnings and some downtime. Definitely, definitely helpful. Want to make sure you guys get on the road. Want to make sure you guys are comfortable with doing so. Um, if there are any questions you guys may have, you can just go ahead and put it into the comment section. I'll be sure to answer them. It was definitely a pleasure, um, doing this presentation to you guys who actually reached out. Hey, I'm going to be doing it again. Hopefully, if you're not on the road by next week, you can tune in next week, same time, Friday. Thank you all for showing up. Thank you all for showing out. Hopefully, this presentation finds you and is helpful and suitable to what you're trying to do, and as well as getting on our platform. Be mindful of the 3 links that I put in the live chat. Visit them whenever you can. They're very informative, they're very helpful. They'll probably answer any questions that you didn't get a chance to answer to get answered today. Thank you guys once again. It has been a pleasure. No problem, Yolanda. You guys have a good one. Thank you.